So Michael, great show. Always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
And to see a full theatre of children completely engaged with what you're doing. When something has captured your imagination, what do you do? How do you start to get that into some form of a poem that other people can enjoy? How do you do that?
Well, here's an example that happened to me. I was on Monday was the beginning of Children's Book Week, and I went out with 250 children to the London Eye, and we went round in the pods, and we were going to all write a great big poem together. And the poem that we were going to write was about, we were in the pods, and it was the London Eye talking to the Thames and the Thames talking to the London Eye, and that was great, and I got everybody writing it, and I was quite excited by it myself, and I thought, am I going to write a little bit about that myself? And as it happens, it didn't quite happen for me. I could see it happening for the kids, didn't happen for me. We were walking along by the side of the embankment, you go underneath one of the bridges, and a train's going over the top, and I put my hand on the girder underneath, and I could feel the train going, and I just said out loud to one of the kids next to me, hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. And I thought, oh, that's actually got a rhythm. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. And as we walked along, this little group of children, we went, hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. And I thought, I've got something here. Quickly scribbled it down in my notebook. Here, that's my little yellow notebook, and I scribbled it down in here somewhere. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm. Here it is, hand on the bridge. There we are, I'll show it to the camera. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train, you see. And I thought, in a minute or two, when I've said goodbye to these children, I'm going to write some more of this. And so I did, and I thought, well, this one's going to rhyme. Not all my poems do. I thought this one's going to rhyme. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. Train, need to rhyme with train. Rain, oh yeah, no, I like that thing about rhythm, because I did something about rain raining with some children. See how it's all going on in my mind? I remembered another thing that I did about rain. Where do you feel the rhythm of the rain? On the window. Hand on the window, feel the rhythm of the rain. So I got it. Hand on the bridge, feel the rhythm of the train. Hand on the window, feel the rhythm of the rain. What else has got a rhythm? Heart's got a rhythm. See how I could work that in. The tide, wait a minute. Hand in the sea, feel the rhythm of the tide. Hand on your heart, feel the rhythm inside. Got it. And it's coming now. And then I thought I quite like the idea of hand on the rhythm, feel the rhythm of the rhyme. And also life has got a rhythm. And I thought that would be nice. So then I finished with hand on your life, feel the rhythm of time. So I then went back, and in the end I got the poem together, and in my big notebook, it's my posh notebook, you see, go up a grade here, okay, and then I scribbled it out, and there, I got it there. So there it is. I thought overwrote it. I had an extra bit in. Hand on the speaker, feel the rhythm of the band. Hand on your hand, feel the rhythm of your hand. Bit redundant, but I didn't really want that. Bit too much there. Hand on your throat, feel the rhythm of your talk. Hand on your leg, feel the rhythm of your walk. And there is quite a lot of scribbling there to make sure. And I like the idea of getting everybody to join in at the end, where you go, hand on your life, feel the rhythm of your time, hand on your life, like that. So I'm working all that, and there it is.
Can I ask you a couple of questions about that process? Because it's interesting to see how you touching a wall and feeling a certain way inspired you to create something like that you were then able to share, and it had a beginning, a middle and an end. So when you were writing in your small notebook, were you thinking about, oh, I must spell this properly? Does it matter if how you spell things when you're getting an idea down?
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm somebody who spells most of the time okay, but then sometimes quite often not. Sometimes I do little abbreviation things. I got tired of writing your, so I just wrote YR, like tech speak, you see, or it could have been UR, you see. And also, I'm very, very messy writer. There's bits where I can't make up my mind whether I'm going to go feel the rhythm of your rhyme, this rhyme, my rhyme. So I write all things in there. I can see there's all sorts of scribblings out and trying to get it. So no, I mean, the spelling doesn't matter when you're trying to get that. I mean, spelling, I think, is editing.
So is that something in the big book?
It doesn't get to be spelt and laid out properly till it gets to the computer.
Okay.
It's still quite messy here in the big book.
Yeah.
But it's I tried to fix it there, but it may not be completely. And then over to the computer, you know, I could use spell check.
Spell check.
Yeah, that's right.
And then other people can...
And then also, if other people are looking at it, they go, oh, Michael, I think that needs a full stop there.
Okay.
Oh, does it? Oh, right,
Okay.
I'll leave that off, did I?
Okay.
You see? And they sort it. But that's editing. This stuff is writing.
So when you're getting the ideas down, just get them down.
Get it down.
out.
And also, you know, you've got to be prepared to drop some ideas, because not everything you write is great. So just put a line through it.
So do your
You don't
editing.
have to get a big thing about rubbing it out and oh dear, you just scribble it.
And then if you wanted to get that published, what happens? How would somebody living in Telford, who's been inspired, who's used their notebook or TechSpeak and done something like you've just described, what do they do next if they think, I really want to share this with the world? How can they get it published?
Well, the wonderful thing we've got now, we have computers. Computers are really a way of publishing, because the moment you've put it up there, you can share it. You can send it as what we call an attachment on an email.
Yeah.
Or if there's a class of you and you've all written a poem, you all write it up, you all put it in a file, you print it up, okay? You can print it out in A4, then you get one of those things, a binder thing, bump on the back, and you've got a book.
Brilliant.
The book can go in the library, or the book can go in the foyer at the front of the school, or if you feel like it, you could print off 50 copies or 100 copies, and you sit there and you put them all together, and then you could sell them for 5p for school funds to buy a book.
And do you think anybody can be a poet or write poetry?
Absolutely. There's an idea that somehow or other, you know, poetry, only some special people can write poems. I think there's poetry in all of us. I'll tell you a little thing. I was out with a group of children, and I said it'd be really raining, and all I could think of was rain raining, rain raining, rain raining. And then I said, what can we see? What do we think? What do we feel when it's raining? And then we could use that rain raining thing as a chorus. Rain raining, rain raining, rain raining. And I stood with a girl, she was only 5 or 6, and there were some little drops on the inside of a what do you call it, a flower box, window box.
Yeah.
Okay, and the little drop was going down like that, and she said, the rain is walking. I thought, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Because that's the wonderful thing about poetry, because you can put impossible things, I call it impossible writing. Rain doesn't walk, you know, how can you be so silly? But it does.
It does,
because it goes, rain walks. So that's what's brilliant. You use words to describe things to kind of wake you up, shake you up and think, I'd never really thought of rain walking. Here is this 6-year-old girl telling me rain is walking. I'd never thought of that before, and she said the rain is walking. So that's what we wrote. So rain raining, the rain is walking, rain raining, rain raining.
And before we finish, I just wanted to ask you one more question, which was, if you could think of top tips or one single piece of advice to give a young person out there who is thinking about poetry and maybe they would like to pursue that as a career, they'd like to see if they could explore the world of poetry and make a living out of it, what would you say are the top tips? What would you advise them to do?
First thing, read poems. Just lots and lots of poems. Go to see poets performing. So you read, you listen.
Yeah.
There's lots of websites now where you can hear poets reading their own poems. There's the Poetry Archive and plenty of others that you can find if you Google it. Poets have their own websites where they put up their own performances. So immerse yourself in the world of poetry. The other thing is keep a notebook. It's the most important thing you can do. So you're reading, you're listening, and in the notebook, you scribble anything. Any words, anything that you've seen, anything that you've thought, any good lines from songs, anything funny that somebody said, anything interesting that somebody said, any expression that you didn't understand but you liked the sound of it, or you didn't really know what it meant, a word, a single word, a half a word, and also have fun playing with those. Maybe think of impossible things, because quite often poetry is interested in those impossible phrases. So play with that.
Michael, it's been great to talk to you and interview you, and we could chat all day. And all I can say is thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for having me.